Hey guys, it's Lante Gamer here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys all of the FNaF paintings that I have painted as of November 29th, 2025. So first off is my Funtime Freddy painting that is inspired by the graphic novel of the Five Nights at Freddy's The Fourth Closet book. I copied from the front cover because I really liked how they made him, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I wanted to paint him. And as you can see, he doesn't have Bonbon on his hand, so this is what his hand looks like without Bonbon on his hand. But yeah, this is a pretty cool painting. I painted this about maybe 3 or so years ago, but I think that this is one of my favorite paintings that I have ever painted, of any of my FNaF paintings. Up next is another Funtime Freddy painting. This one is copied from Daco's song Count the Ways from the FNaF book series Fazbear Frights. And this is from Count the Ways. I have painted over this a few times because I didn't like how I painted it. It didn't seem right. And then some of the colors didn't seem like I painted them well enough and needed to be painted over. Like right here, that was a mistake. And I have painted over this a few times and it just won't come off, so I've accepted that it's gonna stay right there. But yep, this is Funtime Freddy. This is when he was in someone's shed and a girl named Millie climbed into his chest cavity and was stuck there, and he makes her realize that you should be careful what you wish for, because sometimes you think you want something, but sometimes that when you want something, the end result isn't what you'd hope it would be. So here is my other Funtime Freddy painting. Up next is another Funtime Freddy painting. He is my all-time favorite, so I painted him 3 times at least. But here is something also from Count the Ways. I actually took something from 2 different people's artwork and kind of combined it because I kind of liked how it was for both of them. Now with this one, with the Funtime Freddy, I actually copied from the book for the picture that came with some of the books that so with some of the books that had the picture on it for each of the stories. And then with this one, the girl keeps changing her name on her channel, so I'm not in. She deleted her channel but keeps having it come back. I'm not really sure, but I really liked how she animated the songs for the Fazbear Fright series, so I wanted to have her picture of Millie on my picture because I really like her vision of Millie rather than the official one, because the official one I don't think is really good. And this is what she looks like. This is from the guidebook. They colored it in, but it would be black and white. But yeah, this is what she looks like in the book. And then this is what she looks like from that one person's drawing. I just think it looks more cartoony. And I love pictures that are cartoony, so that's probably why I like it. I do like her purple sweatshirt, don't get me wrong, and her nails. But I kind of like the the baggy sweatshirt that she wears. And her necklace. So yep, this is my FNaF painting from Count the Ways. Up next is another painting that is inspired by her drawings. This is Oswald from Into the Pit. This is Sarah from To Be Beautiful. and then Millie again from Count the Ways. Now, as some of you guys can see right here, I was trying to like test things with what you can see in blacklight and what you can't see. I don't remember what I was trying to do right here, but I kind of stopped myself. But I wanted these to look like tears, but it didn't actually work out as well as I had hoped. So that's why it looks like that. But I tried my best. But yeah, I really wish I could find her channel. I have her videos saved on a playlist I have on YouTube. It's not set to public, but I like listening to her versions because of her animation style. But every once in a while that it says it's unavailable and that's been deleted, but it's actually not. Because then after a few months, then it finally pops up back in my playlist. But then she has a different name. So I'm not exactly sure why that is happening. But yeah, once I can figure out her channel, once it does end up coming back, then I will definitely give her the credit for those drawings. And I'm kind of bummed out about it because I really like them. Because it tells you about the whole story too. And I kind of like it better than Doggo's. Doggo's is good, but hers actually has more details about what happens in the story rather than making it just to make it. But that's just my thoughts. Anyways, here is my painting from the Vesper Frights book number 1 painting. Up next is another painting I have painted from one of the book series. This is also from the 4th closet. Now with this one, I did have some trouble painting it also when I made it. And this line was not there before when I moved. But once I moved, I saw that line. And I can't figure out what kind of shade I had with her, because again, that I kept trying to paint it, but I just couldn't figure out what I did, because some of my paints I ended up giving to my sister so she could paint, and she painted at that point a little more than me, and that's also why I don't have some of the colors that you can see on the canvas. But yeah, I'm hoping eventually I can get more paints and I can try again, but as of right now, I'm just gonna leave it how it is. With some of my paintings, I did actually paint over them with blacklight paint, because I like seeing blacklight paintings glow under a blacklight. And if you guys like seeing stuff glow, I think that is a perfect idea for anyone, because then you can see your picture glow and you can even add little details. Like I painted over some of the hair and the body, so then when it is under a black light, then you can see what it looks like. Now I know it's not completely accurate, but I tried to have the height be as accurate as I could for that age, because this is Charlie as a kid, teen, adult, and then this is Circus Baby. But I was running out of room. I know I started with Teen Charlie first, and then Kid Charlie, and then Adult Charlie, and then Circus Baby. But I had some trouble trying to make sure they all fit. Also, another thing about my paintings, I love painting the sides, because then you can see the details from whichever angle you want. But that's just something that I like to do. If you don't want to, that's completely fine, but that's just what I like to do. Anyways, here is my painting from the fourth closet book. Here is my last painting that I actually copied almost exactly from the source, but here is my FNaF 2 movie poster painting. With this one, I actually did a little different than I usually do, because before I would just paint over it and just make it up as I go. But with this one, I actually sketched it all around the two. I was sketching because I didn't want to make a mistake. But I tried my best. I'm not really good at making Chica. Any Chicas, toy Chica, regular Chica, anyone. I just am not very good at making animals. I'm better at making people in my opinion, but I'm trying to learn. And I know that when I was trying to make this painting, I kind of did it a little wrong. One of them being, I think it was Mangle or Toy Bonnie, I don't remember who, but one of those guys I made a mistake on about the position they're in. But I tried my best and I am proud of the results, so that's good. And I know that Chica, like Toy Chica, doesn't look exactly how it's supposed to right here. I didn't bother adding the details yet right here, but I will once I get more paints because I have ideas of how I can make this painting better. But for now, it's just going to have to be how it is right now. So here is my painting from the FNaF 2 movie. Up next is my newest FNaF painting. It is Santa Freddy. This is inspired by the action figure of him, but I wanted to make it a little bit different. Like, I wanted to have his eyes not be how they are on the action figure. His head is slightly different. I gave him a black bag. I didn't really want a red one because I wanted this to stand out a little bit. I put him in snow. I tried my best. I used like my sponge brush to add some snow details. I might have to go over that again, but we'll see. This is I actually had painted something else on this painting 3 years ago, but then I painted over this one. But yeah, this one I wanted to have as something I can decorate my room for Christmas, since I don't really have a lot of Christmas stuff I can decorate for that is FNaF. But anyways, here is my FNaF painting for Christmas. Up next is my fan painting I made of Topsy and Scout, and this is from the A&R duo. I wanted to make it look like Topsy is throwing confetti because he's excited about the party that he is going to. And then for Scout, I wanted to have him have something with him. So I had him have a hammer with him. I like painting my paintings to express who they are as a person, because that kind of helps me figure out what kind of pose they should be in. And that's how I've always interpreted when I draw things or when I read about characters. So that's why I wanted to make Topsy throw confetti, because I think that he's like a fun character and he's the life of the party. And then Topsy, Scout, he has a hammer to go to the carnival with him to play some games. And again, here I painted the sides so then you can see it from all the sides. Yep, this is my fan painting of Topsy and Scout. And last but not least, this is my most recent fan painting of her characters, and this is also my character. This one right here I named Connor. He is my original OC that I had made, and I actually made a little backstory of him, but I will release that sometime this weekend. I don't know when, if it'll be today, tomorrow, but we'll see. But I made a backstory with him that is kind of related to the lore of FNaF, and it's kind of not. But he goes on his own adventures, and yeah, you'll find more about that later this week. And they are all in this ball pit. They are hanging out and they're having fun. How I made each of these balls, I took my sponge paintbrush thing and I grabbed each paint and I kind of randomly went over each spot, let dry, and did it all over again. And then I took my tiny brush and I painted all over all the balls. I had them go the same direction because the light's pointing from the same direction. But yeah, this is my painting I made. And that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and then I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.